Hello, welcome to another video on my favorite multi-issues storylines. Often, I think Stan and the co-creator, by that I mean Stan working with Jack or Stan working with John Romita or other people. I think often when they sit down and drum up a storyline and introducing a new characters, they do have an idea that this could be a good story or a good villain or both. And I think that's why for the one that they recognize is something special or could be something special, they tend to do something longer than a one-shot storyline. That's just my take on things. And for sure, when you're talking about Fantastic Four, 48, 49, 50, you have that trio. Another trio that I find enjoyable to read even today, have stood the test of time fairly well, even for a Silver Age book, is this Spider-Man 50, 51, and 52. The intro of the Kingpin. First off, amazing red iconic cover. I mean, this is definitely in the top, well, I say top 10 all-time Silver Age Spider-Man. Okay, it's hard for me to rank the top 10 of all time Spider-Man, but if you're looking at all the Silver Age books from 1 to maybe in the 80s, this is definitely in the top 10. This cover has been swiped so many times. And first off, John Romita, by this point, has already been on this title for about a year, so he's hitting his stride at peak form. Okay, I mean, he took on the book in issue 39. In the first few issues of that he drew, he certainly tried to copycat Ditko style to please the fan, I guess. But a few issues later, he started to exert his own style into the book, and by this point, he's full speed, and it's just gorgeous work by Romita. The action, the story is quite good. Here's issue 50. See, here's issue 51. The first time the Kingpin is on the cover, right there. And then the conclusion is issue 52. I like the story, very much. I still do. I think I like the way they name him the Kingpin. Kingpin is a generic word. It's not, they could call him the boss, the Godfather. But I like, for some reason, the Kingpin fit. I certainly like the look of the Kingpin. And I will give a closer look of all 3 books later. They're not super high grades or anything like that, but I just want to show off the beautiful art by John Romita. But it's a fun story. It involves, in the start, you have this part where Peter Parker is quitting Spider-Man, okay, and then of course, hearing the news that Spider-Man is quitting, all the mobster around town, around the city, decide to size each other up to take over the city, and of course, the Kingpin won out as the big boss at the end. But it's a satisfying story. Okay, that's about the best way I can describe it. It's one of the few times where I felt Stan and Romita pace very well, as far as from the start to the end, where nothing felt rushed. I didn't feel cheated on any books. All three books was very good, and I felt the story flow really well in all three issues. And if you are a fan of Spider-Man and the Kingpin, it is definitely a must-have trio. And for those that want to stick around to see the interior of the book, stick around. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so here's a close-up look of the three books. Issue 50. A fairly expensive book in high grade, so I'm pretty content with this mid-grade book, and I don't plan to upgrade it anytime soon. This is the only copy I have ever owned. Most of the time I own multiple copies of Spider-Man issues in various grades, but for issue 50, since it's kind of expensive, this is my first and only book, the only copy that I ever bought. As you can see here, you have John Romita here, great splash page, rip-roaring action. Okay, this action-packed, ass-kicking drawing here. A Spider-Man kicking some butt. Then, wham! Okay, look at that trademark John Romita, right? You got a gorgeous, gorgeous drawing of Gwen Stacy. Look at that, stunning. So here you have the part where Spider-Man decided that he had enough, doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore, and you have this beautiful full-page drawing of him quitting. Okay, and then the kid found the costume and bring it to Jameson. And here you have, the discussion and debate between the other mobster to take over the city. And voila, the first time you see the Kingpin in person. Another gorgeous drawing. There are so many great drawings of Gwen Stacy, and look at that, the gorgeous redhead. It's never tiring for me to take a look at Gwen Stacy drawing by Romita. Okay, so there you go. You have the intro of the Kingpin. Let's jump to the next issue, issue 51. This is a pretty decent. The front covers actually look pretty nice. The front cover is pretty sharp, that look, something like in a 9.0, but unfortunately the problem on the back cover is what knocked it down. So here you go, the Kingpin, and once again, awesome drawing by Romita. And here you get a full page ad of Not Brand Edge, full page. For those that are not familiar with this title, it's quite fun, to see Maurice Severin go into the funny side of her drawing. It's kind of goofy, but I have those books and I quite enjoyed them. There you go. I like this part right here, where Kingpin say, just because I look, it's not fat, it's muscle. Look at that. The ladies, okay. Like I said, these books are filled, these three issues are filled with Spider-Man fighting, a lot of action. So I'm sure the young kids that bought these issues off the rack must be loving it, because it's a fairly straightforward story, with a lot of ass kicking. And here you have the Kingpin, of course, kidnapping Jameson to make to demand that he stop writing bad things about the crimes. And of course Spider-Man follow and foil the whole thing. And there's a big battle between Spider-Man and the Kingpin. Awesome, awesome drawing. The Kingpin did have to use a trickery to knock out Spider-Man. His brute strength alone was not enough. Okay? Next, To Die a Hero. I love it. I mean, I always love the way multi-issues leads in or teaser are written. So look at that. I mean, if I was reading this book off the rack, To Die a Hero, wow, I would be dying for the next issue to come out. And here we go, issue 52, another good cover. Once again, a gorgeous book, as you can see. Perfectly centered, look perfect. Unfortunately, there is a, there you go, 1-inch crease in the back that knocked it down. It's probably, I would say, maybe in a 7.5 to 8.0, but that's about it. Gorgeous for splash page. So now, you know, Spider-Man and Jameson are captured, and here we have the page where they're gonna escape. And look at that. I think it's very rare for Marvel to devote full page ads of issue 1 last month and issue 2 this month for this title. Unfortunately, even with that kind of muscle of marketing, the title did not survive. Okay, so there you go. All around a very fun story, great drawing, and definitely rank up there in my favorite trio storyline of the Silver Age. Anyhow, thanks for watching.